Here's 3 mistakes I made doing the BRRRR method. So number 1, underestimating repairs. Number 2, renting yourself. So here's what I did. I rented the property myself, and I have a problem that I rent to the wrong people a lot of the time. For example, think about this. I had this girl that came in. She had a son, and she said she needed a place. She wasn't getting along with her parents, and they were kicking her out, which should be a major red flag. So I'm talking to her. I'm like, okay. She's telling me this story. Her credit's shot, and she's just giving me the sob story. I'm like, okay, well, and I wanted to help her out. So what I told her is, I'm like, hey, how about this? I'm going to do you a solid. Don't screw me. So what do you think happened? 6 months later, quits paying her rent, calls the county, does all this nonsense, put me through the hoop, didn't get rent for like 6 months, which is a total freaking nightmare. So renting yourself, I found that's not my strong point. So I have property managers now that rent properties for me. All I do is see pieces of paper and I see credit and background checks, things like that, and I determine who to rent to or not. Third mistake I made was wasting a lot of time showing properties. I would go show the property and people would call me and I would just schedule, hey, when's good for you? And I just drive over there. So I'd be meeting people like 8 times a day sometimes. What I did find out in the future was just set off blocks, just go over for like an hour or an hour and a half and tell everybody to show up inside that window. That's another mistake I made on my first rentals.